Hi, I'm Shannon Mulholland. I'm the Director of Support Services at Swickley Academy.
And I'm Andrea Soteriano, the Director of College Guidance at Swickley Academy.
We are here today to provide a short tutorial to students and families on applying for accommodations on College Board and ACT testing. So let's just jump right in.
Let me begin with who these two organizations are. College Board is the organization who creates and manages the standardized testing for the college process. This includes the PSAT, which all Academy students will take for the first time in their sophomore year, the SAT, SAT subject tests, as well as AP exams. The ACT, once known as the American College Test, creates and manages the ACT. We recommend that Academy students take their first ACT or SAT in the winter of their junior year.
So what are accommodations? Accommodations are a support that a student is using in response to a documented disability that they have. For example, if you are a person who's been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, you might need to use extra time or you might need a break in standardized testing. Accommodations are something that a student is already receiving at their current school, and now they'd like to receive accommodations on their standardized testing. So both the College Board and the ACT recognize that providing accommodations will be necessary for some students, and typical accommodations for them are the following: 50% extended time, using a computer to write an essay, extra and extended breaks, or maybe the use of a four-function calculator. Now, there are plenty of other accommodations that the College Board and the ACT provide, but I'm just giving you those that are typical and that our students are mostly applying for.
So how and when do I apply to request these accommodations? So here at the Academy, Dr. Mulholland and I work together to help students and parents navigate the process. There are different processes for both the College Board and the ACT, and we think it's important that you understand the differences between the two. The best information you can get will come directly from their websites, and we encourage you to pay attention to the test dates and the due dates for all necessary forms. We actually believe that it is in the student's best interests to apply for both extended time or other accommodations through both College Board and ACT. Almost every Academy student will take some test in relation to the College Board, because that could be AP exams or the SAT or perhaps subject tests, as well as the PSAT. But a growing number of Academy students are taking and submitting the ACT test as part of their college process. So again, we encourage you to consider applying for both.
Okay, so let's get prepared for the process. It's really important that you familiarize yourself with websites and read about how to qualify for accommodations on testing. You can see here that it's a lengthy link for the College Board, but you want to check out this website at www.collegeboard.org. They're going to provide a link under the SSD, Services for Students with Disabilities, and they're going to walk you through who is eligible, how to submit a request, what documentation will be necessary, etc. So this is a lengthy description of what you'll need, but I would recommend reading through this thoroughly so that you can understand specifically what applies to you, or if you're a parent listening, what applies to your child. The ACT also provides an extensive information on their website. So for ACT information, let me move the screen over a bit for you. We'd like to get to www.act.org, And as you can see, they too provide services for examinees with disabilities, and they will give you all kinds of information on what documentation is required and what accommodations they will provide. Okay, the next step will be to make sure that your documentation that is on file with the Swickley Academy is up to date. Typically, I send out an email to alert you that an update will be necessary in the next several months. But if you didn't get an email from me and you just want to check and make sure, what you're generally looking for is a test that was completed within the last 5 years. So a neuropsychological or a psychoeducational test that was done in the last 5 years for a child with a learning or an attentional challenge, and something that was updated in the last year for someone with a medical or a psychiatric challenge. Again, I would really recommend checking these websites to be sure that you meet the criteria for your specific disability, because different disabilities require different time frames for updates. We also want to be sure that you're using your accommodation before you're making a request to either the College Board or the ACT. The College Board will specifically ask us if a student has used their accommodation for 4 months prior to applying for an accommodation with them. So what I mean is using it for 4 months at school on testing that's in the classroom, assessments that are timed in the classroom. So you want to be sure that if you are a person who receives an accommodation, that you're actually using that accommodation at school. So the College Board process is actually pretty simple. It's just a 2-step process. There is a consent form that we've attached to our resource board. So if you go to the Swickley Academy portal and you open up your resource board pages and you look under college guidance, you will find the College Board consent form, which you can print out and electronically send back to us, or have you or your child drop it off to one of us or send it through the mail. So once we have that consent form, Andrea and I will go ahead and complete the online application, submit the documentation along with your learning plan that we have at school. So the only thing that you're responsible for here in this part is to get that consent form and return that to us. ACT has a few more steps. Also a consent form in the same location on the resource board under college guidance. What you and your child will do, your child mostly, but you may want to sit with them to do this, is create an account through the ACT. So again, www.act.org. But not just create an account, you also want to register for a test. So I believe this is true, Andrea. If there's a test in February of 2017, can't a student register for that test
Yes,
now?
they can, absolutely.
Okay, so even well ahead, you can register for a test. You'll be asked to indicate at that time if you need accommodations, and you'll be asked to specify what those accommodations are. After you've registered and signed up for a test, the ACT will mail you back and confirm your registration, but they're also going to confirm that you've requested accommodations on the test that you registered for. So you're going to look for an email that says in the subject line, requesting accommodations on the ACT. So this is important right here, looking for this email coming back from the ACT, because that email is what you will forward to me or to Ms. Satariano. So really important part, we cannot start our process until we have the consent form and until we have a forwarded email from you that says, that indicates that you've registered and you've signed up for a test. So you're going to be checking your email for that. After we've got both, we'll go ahead and complete the online application and submit your documentation and learning plan. So again, very different than the College Board. Just want you to pay attention to this ACT process so we get that email from you.
Okay, so how will you find out once you've made these applications? And we want you to know it can take a little bit of time, in some cases up to 7 weeks. So registering well in advance will be helpful in dealing with this. The College Board actually sends a letter to you, an electronic version of a letter to you. the school will also get a copy of that electronic letter. So both you and we receive notification once the application has been reviewed and a decision has been made. The ACT actually informs us first, the school, and then we will send an email to you confirming the ACT's decision, granting accommodations or not. So it is really important that you check email regularly during this time period so that you are fully aware of the decision and how we will all move forward together regarding your testing plan for the college process.
Okay, so we just wanted to make sure that you had this information ahead of time so you can get thinking about getting your documentation in order, recognizing which tests you will take and at what time you will take them, understanding the process for applying for accommodations. We remain available to you, so at any time if you want to contact me or Ms. Sateriano, please do that. We've enclosed our emails for you here, and we wish you the very best of luck and look forward to helping you in this process.
Have a great day.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.